definition is timeout. So definitions, all right, because this all goes back to definitions. So what is the definition of participation? It's any act or action by a player or non-player that influences the play. Who's a player? One of the 22 team members designated to start the game or replace another player. What's a replace player? A player notified by a substitute that he's to leave the field. What's a non-player? Everybody else. You got players and non-players, essentially. And then substitute. As a replaces a player or fills a player vacancy. And when does he become a player? When he does one of these things. He enters the field and communicates with a teammate, game official, enters a huddle, in formation or otherwise participates. Okay. I really recommend that you spend a few minutes just kind of making sure these definitions are clear. We don't, we use player, we use non-player a lot. You use participation a good bit. But we don't really talk about replace players, but we need to make sure we have that lingo because things can happen, as we'll see some videos here. But we need to know: are they a substitute? Are they a replace player? Or are they a player? Because that matters. Right? So we'll start with the legal substitution. So we'll have a legal substitution, dead ball fouls. So this is when a replaced player fails to leave within 3 seconds. Okay. So can they break the huddle with more than 12?
Yes.
All right. Can they break the huddle with 12 and then get in formation with 12? And it takes more than 3 seconds, and then by the time we count.
No.
We're not gonna allow that, right? On defense. They've got 12 lined up out there. Nobody's running off. What are we going to do? Kill it. If he is on the other side of the field, away from his sideline, and he goes, oh, I'm the 12th guy, and I'm going to start running, and they're about to snap the ball, and he has no chance. Absolutely zero chance. He didn't even cross the midfield yet. What are we going to do? Kill it. So, all right. So they counted. So who counts the defense?
Line judge.
Who counts the offense?
Umpire.
All right. So we should have how many flags when we have a legal substitution? 2. We should have 2. They counted. Nobody's trying to get off. They're all lined up. We're going to kill that. And this is a dead ball foul. There's also a legal substitution dead ball foul. If a player, replaced player or substitute, leaves the field on the proper sideline and does not go directly to the team box. Okay, so he's got to be going that direction. Does he have to be in the team box? Should we even know if he's in the team box if the ball snapped?
No.
If you know he's not in the team box when the ball is snapped, are you looking at the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. You don't even know the ball snapped because you're looking away from it and you don't even know the ball. But he can't just come off the side and stand there, basically. And when do we see this? Around the end zones, around the goal lines. A substitute becomes a player and withdraws during the same dead ball period. Now, do we enforce this strictly?
No.
Because they don't know when they're supposed to be coming on and off. Coaches don't even know who's supposed to be coming on and off. All right. So, but technically, if I'm the substitute and I run on and I become a player, so remember all those things that causes me to become a player, and then I just run back off to the same dead ball period, that's technically a foul. Okay. But don't get strict. Let them get organized. So if I run on and we all get lined up, and I'm the 12th guy, then you're gonna get me for that, right? I'll get 12. If I run on and when there's confusion and I'm the 11th guy and I run off, are we gonna penalize them for that being stupid? No, let it go. Are they gonna snap it with 10? Go for it, guys. Okay. So we have dead ball, illegal substitution fouls, and we have live ball, illegal substitution fouls. So previous spot, illegal substitution foul. This is when during a down, replaced player or substitute unsuccessfully leaves the field and does not participate. So, what's the key words here? So, during the down, replace player. So, who's a replaced player?
The guy coming off.
Guy coming off, or a substitute. So, that means that I was a substitute. I came on, but I didn't do any of those things listed. Now, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get back off. All right. Unsuccessfully tries to leave the field and does not participate. So, we got on top of the screen here, defense has got 12. Okay. And he starts to run off. So this is what I'm talking about, the judgment there. Do you think he's going to get off in time? If you don't think he's going to get there, just go ahead and kill it. All right. If you think he might get there, let it go. And if you let it go, this becomes a live ball foul and forced from previous spot. And for you wing guys, what is the threshold for when you consider him off the field? When he's behind you. All right, when he's behind you. Now we should be a little closer to the sidelines, depending on how the teams function. But you know, if you're standing a couple yards off the sideline and he gets behind you, he's off the field. So again, so this player, so we got defense again. We got big linemen running. They don't exactly sprint when they're trying to get off. So the ball's not snapped. You know he's coming off. No, it's close. And no, if he's close enough to where yes, you can call that. That would be a live ball foul because he's close, right? Depending on the score, if that kind of goes, all right? But that's that gray area where you have to make a decision there of was he off or not before the ball snaps.
That's gonna be a legal substitution, not participation.
Yeah, because he didn't participate, right? He's running off, so it's a legal substitution. 5 yards, not the 15. Alright, so we got guys running off, He's is he gonna get off before the ball snap?
No.
The ball snap, he's there, kill that. Just kill it. It saves a lot of potential headaches. Okay, because right now you cost this team 5 yards. What if this guy does something while he's trying to get to the sideline and he bumps into this guy, or he doesn't? Now what has he done? Participation. Yeah. So let's just kill it, and then give him the 5 yards and reset it. Third and 2. So we're counting. So who's counting?
Definitely got 12.
Who's counting?
Back judge. And line judge.
Alright, so just go ahead and get that. And they got it. Okay. Alright. So they got it. And that's gonna give a what?
First down.
First down. And when you kill that, you gotta blow your whistle hard and you gotta run in, stop the clock, throw your flag, kill it, alright? Get everybody's attention. Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so. What we got going on here? We got a third down play. Stop short. 4th and 4. 1:20 to go. Auburn's up by 3. Defense is running all over the place. So in high school football, do we do this? Do we stand over the ball and let the defense substitute? No. No. The ball is ready for play when what occurs? It's spotted, and the official starts to step away. So it doesn't have to be in position, right? You gotta put the ball down, and I'm starting to step away. And then what can happen? They can snap it.
With a 1 second pause.
Yep. Like everybody's set for 1 second, they can snap it. So defense is still running all over the place. Fusion. So we got an arrow that says plus the punt return. So as a back judge,
So they got 12.
when you're counting, who is the one guy you can sometimes forget to count? The returner, the guy standing next to you, right? Because you're counting everybody in front of you. And then the guy next to you kind of forget. So make sure you count them all. All right, and then so they're all lined up, they're confused. And now they've got 12, and now the flag comes. So now we have done what? So now 4th and 4.
Just gave it a first down. Could be a first down?
Yeah. So we got a dead ball foul, make substitution, previous spot, automatic, or not automatic, it results in a first down. Now we're inside of 2 minutes of the half. Is there a clock option for A in this situation? Yes. Now they're not gonna take it because they're winning, but we can't forget that in this case, because the clock was running, so what would be the clock option for A? They can start it on the snap if they wanted to. And the play clock here will be what?
40. On the defense. No, it's 40. It's on the defense.
Foul by the defense is what play clock is 40. 40. That's the other thing. So we're inside of 2 minutes of a close ball game. So not only do we really need to be hyper focused on the play, but we need to make sure we're focused on the game clock and the play clock. Those need to be correct. And if they're not correct, we need to take a minute to get it correct. So if you're the back judge and you notice that it should be a 40-second play clock and it's only 25, before I blow it ready for play or start it up, you need to blow your whistle, get my attention, and we need to make sure we not start until that thing is set on 40. Some other live ball legal substitution fouls. So, failure of a substitute to be on their side of the neutral zone when the ball is snapped for free kick. So again, when does a substitute become a player?
Formation.
Communication. So, what we have here is somebody does not realize they're on the kicking team for the week. And you just kind of stroll. Now, is he a player? No. He's a substitute. Is this a foul? Yes. So this is a legal substitution foul, right? And this is a live ball foul. So if he's a non-player, what are the options? What is the enforcement for this?
No,
It's on the kicking team to a previous spot. So back him up. 5 yards.
Yeah, because of that. So as an exception to that's why I said that since he's a non-player, what is this? Normally, non-player fouls are sitting spot, but in this case, this would be a previous spot, replay the thing. Who's gonna see this?
Hopefully the umpire or somebody looking in that direction.
Yeah, that's Kenny.
Wing on that way.
Umpire.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be this guy. Alright, so I can tell you who it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be the referee. It's not gonna be this guy because he's probably a little too close, to be honest with you. If you're looking for the back, you got a bigger field of vision.
You might see if he's.
Umpire might catch it out of the peripheral of his eye. One of these guys might catch it out of the peripheral of their eye. You're not looking at it, but you're gonna see something that looks really weird. You're gonna be like, what is that? You know, where do you come from? Type deal.
Like you gonna flag that if he sees it?
What's that?
You see that? Can he flag it?
Yes, if anybody sees it, they need to flag because this is so unusual. None of us are watching this. So if you see this, whoever sees it needs to, no, this is a live ball foul, needs to flag it.
Volunteers can flag it too.
Yep. So,
Hey, Garrett, I know what the book says, I know what we do. Let's say it's Friday night, it's 45-0, 45-6. The team that just scored the 6, and that guy comes running on, you let it go.
I'm not gonna tell you what to do on that, but if you use a little bit of discretion on a blowout to keep moving along, yes. So, illegal substitution, live ball foul, so there's two spots, alright? So there's a previous spot, which is a failure of a substitute to be on their side of the neutral zone when the ball is snapped and free kick, okay? There's a succeeding spot, which is when during the down or replaced player, substitute enters during the down and does not participate. So in that previous example, we're not gonna know if he entered during the down or not. But to get that far, he didn't enter during the down. He just didn't get to where he needed to be considered a player, thus the previous spot enforcement, and not the succeeding spot. So that's illegal substitution. So now let's move on to participation. So A or K steps out of bounds prior to a change of possession. Okay, intentional or unintentional. Any player intentionally steps out of bounds during a down. A non-player influences the play. A player or non-player enters during the down and participates. A helmet comes off a player and they continue to participate. These are all illegal participation fouls, and all illegal participation fouls are they dead ball or live ball fouls?
Legal participation.
These are
All live ball fouls. All right, because to participate, ball has to be live. Yes, ball has to be live. All right, Mr. Hightower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From, we got a helmet back here, we got a flag, we got a player gonna pick up his helmet, walk on the field. So,
Got Joe chewing some gum.
there's no mic, so he's safe. So, so the helmet comes off, and then what does he do? He with the helmet, and he keeps it. He gets him late. Okay, so we have a dead ball. Oh, sorry. So we have a live ball foul for illegal participation. Okay. Now, does this player have to go off?
Yes.
Yes. What if there were two fouls? What if there were a foul? What if a foul by the defense knocked his helmet off?
No.
Does he have to go off?
No.
But is he still guilty of illegal participation?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So then they would offset,
Yes.
But he still has to go off.
but he still has to leave.
But no, he don't want to.
No, he
leave.
doesn't have to
No,
leave.
he didn't have to leave.
No, he doesn't have to leave.
But the penalties would offset.
Yes. All right. So here we've got. What? All right. So is that still considered a kick?
Yes.
That was a muff, right?
Yes.
So, but whoever recovers
That's the first thing.
gets awarded a new series. Alright, so now, is this still a kick?
Nope.
No.
No, now it's a run, right?
Yep.
This guy here,
Nope.
can he participate?
No.
Nope.
Not legally.
Alright, now we got a fumble.
Uh-oh.
Alright? And who's gonna, the guy with the mullet's gonna recover.
Of course.
And if you know he has a mullet, then he shouldn't be participating. So, alright. So, now was a fumble, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna mark the end of the run with what type of beanbag? What color?
Oh, Dan's run, blue.
End of the run is white. You're right the first time. Black or white. And the kick, blue. So there should be two beanbags on this play, right?
Somewhere.
Yes, okay. So he illegally participated
And recovered.
by recovering. When he was guilty of illegal participation, what team had possession?
Black. Well, I guess that would be the returners, R.
R would have
R
possession.
had team possession.
Yes, they would have team possession.
So they get to keep it
So enforcement for this foul would be from where?
into the related run.
Right, which is the spot of the fumble.
Spot of the fumble.
Who gets awarded who will be awarded a new series at the end of this day? R, yes.
And then you get 15 yards. R up, get to the bar.
Alright, this one's a little different, this was a little trickier, so we saw that one, clearly, helmet's off, he's reaching, he's getting for it. Alright, so, we got a nice hold here, nice hold there, hold that. That's a fumble,
Definitely a fumble, empty hand.
okay, alright. So they dive for it.
A
His helmet comes off when, so he dives for it, it collides with another player. Helmet comes off, and then he reaches his hand out and gets the ball. We're gonna penalize him for this.
No. That's a continuation.
That's continuation. I would not penalize this. Yeah, I would not.
Now, if he crawled 5 steps to go.
Exactly.
That's different.
So this one, he's laying on the ground. Oh, there's the ball. I'm gonna hug it. The other one was, the ball's over here. I'm getting off of the ground to go get it. That's the difference between those two. The judgment, there's a gray area in there, okay? So you gotta see the whole thing, and then you gotta have that conversation as a crew. Because we're all gonna see the helmet on the ground. When we see a player without a helmet with football, we gotta be like, all right, what all happened here, okay? How did all that come to be?
Is this something that would be good to cover as part of a pregame maybe?
Yeah. And I think it's the main thing is just to have when these type of plays happen, you just need to stop and just get together as a crew and talk through it. Okay, just talk through it. Those that don't work with me, y'all know penalties, I'll go pretty fast with penalties. But sometimes we just have to slow down and just make sure that we are all on the same page. Okay. 1st and 10. Running play. Alright, so when does the down end?
Right now.
Right there.
Right
Dead.
there. So we're blowing it dead, right?
Yep.
Blowing it dead. And how much leeway we're gonna give him? We're gonna give him 6 more yards to keep running?
No.
No. And why are we not gonna do that?
Safety.
Safety for
All
who?
those, the runner.
For him. And then
Do it quick and loud.
he keeps running. Defense hits him. Are we gonna have to penalize both teams on this?
Possibly.
Judgment call. Now, penalties are what?
Dead ball.
Dead ball. Right, so for this runner, the ball is dead when his helmet comes off. So if he keeps going, what is that actually? Is that illegal participation? Well, remember, what did we say about illegal participation?
Oh, well, it'd be dead.
Ball's dead.
So. it
Ball has
wouldn't
to be
a
live.
participation.
Yeah.
So it's actually, you could get for a delay of game. Alright? But is he guilty of that? Is that runner, you blow it dead when his helmet comes off, is he guilty of illegal participation?
No.
No, because the status of the ball is
Yeah.
dead. It's dead. So knowing that, was the contact by B, was it unnecessarily violent? Did they lay him out?
No,
Did they take their helmet and hit it upside his head?
no.
So you're not gonna. Yes, you could call B for a dead ball illegal personal foul, right?
Helmet to head, not helmet.
But
Just hitting somebody with no helmet.
but you've got to, if you're gonna do that, you have to explain to the coach, all right? Because why he's getting penalized for the runner continuing to run without his helmet on.
Well, we better be blowing the whistle loud and heavy.
So it doesn't mean the defense gets a free shot,
No.
but we just need to make sure that we have an understanding of what we're calling and that we can explain. Yeah. Kicking game. I love kicking game. In this case, it's gonna be a try. So this is a try. So what happens here with a try? So this was a try. So do we have, does it matter? It's dead, right?
Yeah.
So that guy running with his helmet, we don't care, okay? However, what if this was a field goal attempt?
That's a lot of problem.
We're gonna pray this is a try, but this is a field goal attempt. All right, block. So actually, what knocks his helmet off? Y'all see what knocked his helmet off? The kick down his helmet off. Okay. So is he participating here? Yes, he is. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. He ran 20 yards downfield after the ball. Okay. So.
He was recovering from the ball hitting him in the face mask.
All right. So where's the result of the play?
In this case, it's touchdown.
Who had team possession at the time of the foul? Okay. All right. So where are we going to enforce this from? Good spot. Good spot. Yeah.
Only if that was a field goal attempt.
Only a field goal
Try,
attempt.
it's
If it
over.
was a try,
It's dead.
we're done. You don't have to worry about it. So when we communicate field goal attempts, what do we do for communicating field goal? Rolling fist. Everybody on the crew needs to do it. Because if you don't, and you forget, especially when they're kicking that close, and you blow your whistle after the block, now what have you done? Okay. So we got a receiver near the sideline. So was he forced out of bounds? Was there contact? Yes. We don't have the deep guy. Okay. So these are hard for us to get. But unless you know 100% that he stepped out of bounds on his own, don't call this.
The deep wings got him out of bounds.
Well, we don't have a deep wing. We don't have a deep wing, so we're not worried about deep wing. Does him does him stepping out of bounds make him ineligible? No, he's still eligible, right? But it could make him guilty of illegal participation. There's another one. So we got a lot going on here. We got pylon, we've got a pass, we've got sideline, we got all sorts of excitement here. So again, you think he got forced out or not? That's your question. All right, that's the question. Did he get forced out or not? And that's the question. All right, so that's your answer. The other thing is, what about that rule change this year about being inbounds? So what do you have to do? You step out of bounds,
It's reestablished.
reestablish, right? And how do you, what does it mean when we say reestablish? What does that mean?
Something touched inside back inside the field of play.
Alright, so you step out of bounds, and you've got to, something has to touch back in bounds without you still being out of bounds, okay? Alright, so he actually did reestablish himself, he was still down.
Yeah, that's great.
But, you know, the question that you have to ask yourself is, was he forced out of bounds or not? And you say no, now the next step is, well, really the first thing you have to determine is catch or no catch, right? So we're gonna determine that based on, did he reestablish himself? And then secondly, it's, was there a foul for illegal participation in his case? Was he forced out of bounds or not? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself on this play. Kind of take your time on that one. We don't get super slow-mo, we get one shot at that thing.
When in doubt, incomplete.
Alright, so this one, so he's running near the sideline. So is he forced out?
No.
So when does the foul actually occur here? What's the spot for the foul? When he comes back in, right?
Yeah.
So it's not when he steps out of bounds. Because if he steps out of bounds and stops, is he guilty of anything?
No.
No. It's only when he comes back in
To
bounds
participate.
is he guilty. And so he steps out of bounds. Does he reestablish himself?
Let's see.
You let it go.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh, oh, yes. It looked
Yeah,
like
he's-
his
so
hand
he's
was right.
reestablished.
He could, yeah.
So that foul occurred during what type of play?
Loose ball.
Loose ball play.
So what is the basic spot for a loose ball play?
Previous.
Previous spot. Okay. So we've got a catch and bounds, catch and bounds. Ball's down, ball's dead, he's on the ground. And now we have a live ball, illegal participation foul, enforcement of previous spot. We talked about A, about B.
You're running those all.
Out of the way. There you go. Alright, so if B steps out of bounds, is that a foul?
No.
It's only a foul if they do it intentionally. Intentionally, right? He's not intentionally out of bounds. Now, is this a catch?
No.
For us,
He didn't
no.
reestablish
He didn't
himself.
reestablish.
Not reestablish himself. So in 2023, this is no longer a catch. So
So
when the ball touches his hands, it's what? This is an incomplete pass, right?
Yeah.
When it touches his hands, it's an incomplete pass. The ball is dead. There's no foul.
What's the probability of a 5 million crew catching that one?
Pretty slim. But still got another one.
Right.
We got a punt. We got some action up here at the top. So again, if K's forced out of bounds, then is he guilty of a foul? If he's forced out of bounds, no.
Unless
I
he
go do a
stays
foul.
out of bounds for 35 yards and then.
So he has to come back at the first opportunity, right? What if R doesn't allow him to come back? What if he just keeps pushing him out of bounds?
Yeah, no opportunity.
So now that's a foul on who? R. Yes. Yes. That's a personal foul, right? A personal foul. Blocked out of bounds, comes back in. There's no issue there. No issue there because he got forced out of bounds and he came right back in when he could. All right, so illegal participation, live ball, previous spot. Injured player not replaced for one down, except for halftime or overtime intermission. 12 or more players participate during the down. A disqualified player re-enters or deception. So we've got down. So fourth quarter, 1st and 10. Pass over the middle, goes down, first down. Not the clock, to quote, spot the chains. I've already wound it by this point. I got lays down on the ground. Alright, so now we are taking an official's timeout, right?
Yes.
We're stopping the clock for this player.
Yes.
That means he has to do what? For how long?
One play.
One play.
One down.
One down.
One down.
Yep.
One down, right?
And not buy his way back in.
Not by the way back in.
Unless it's the end, he can if it's into the quarter.
Alright, so now he's laying on the ground. And so who's making a note of this injured player?
Should be everybody.
Everybody, right? Everybody. Oh wait, we got now, so he's off the field. We're ready to resume. They got 10 players. Defense realizes, alright, so we got a coach coming to call timeout. We got an official running the signal timeout, right? Timeout. Timeout for the defense, okay?
I bet 55 trying to stick back in.
Is he allowed to come back in?
No.
If he's not, then what?
Sat out of
Sat out for
play.
a
Set out
down.
down.
Play.
Set out down,
Yeah.
right?
We stuff to talk about.
But you notice, number 55 come back in. What, we noticed this, what are we gonna do?
Chill it.
Kill it.
Okay, well, the ball hasn't even ready for play yet, so we're going to, yeah,
Send it
exactly.
back on.
We're gonna say, you gotta go back off, coach. You
But I
cannot
called a
do it.
timeout.
And this is where we really need the wing officials to monitor your sidelines, your huddles. You know, when they come back out, if you, in this case, you're the linesman, or sorry, the line judge, or linesman in this case, yeah. Then you need to know number 55 can come back in. And if you see number 55 come back in, you blow your whistle and get him on. As the umpire, you need to know number 55 is the defensive lineman. Can't come back in. You see him line up, you need to kill that thing. If he was a safety back judge, you need to know that number. If he's a running back, I need to know that number. Okay? Offensive lineman, I need to know that number. The umpire needs to know that number. Point being, we need to know that number. So you take an injury timeout, we need to communicate to ourselves, number 55 has to sit out one down. And that way we know that. But you're not gonna let them snap it. We're not gonna let this ball be snapped. Okay, we're gonna preventatively officiate this, so that doesn't happen. Because that only becomes a foul when
What's the step?
snap. Alright, so second quarter. There's spotlighted. Goes down. Lay on the ground. Alright, so he's on the ground. We're gonna kill it. Yep. Go take a look at him. Kill it. Alright.
It's overtime.
We're gonna take an official's timeout. It's cold up there. I'm ready to get off the field, so let's get this over with. Alright, so now they bring in another kid, backup quarterback. You know it's gonna be a terrible play. The coach is gonna call a timeout to try to save him. So can he do that? No. Can't do that. Let's say there's they don't do it. Oh, what do we got? We got a false start, right? So has a down occurred?
No.
No play.
Can he come back in?
No.
No. So we need to communicate that, all right?
He's trying to
You
come
lose
back
5
in.
yards and you still can't come in.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
Gotta communicate that.
That was a play.
Gotta communicate that. So gotta know.
You don't know which one.
Plays back deception.
Yeah. So deception, live ball, previous spot. So player lying on the ground at or immediately prior to the snap or free kick, or substitution or pretend substitution. Okay. So when did we see this? When did we see this?
Close game.
Close game.
Late in the second quarter. Fourth quarter.
Well, look, when a team gonna try to hide out play or do something like that, they're normally in the kicking thing, right? When they're running people on and they've got people coming off, and then the one guy doesn't go all the way off, he just kind of goes and stands by the sideline.
Right.
And they snap it and throw it to him. Okay, That's what this is looking for.
Yep, you see one?
You see it part
YouTube a
one.
lot.
Yeah.
They walk to the sideline like they're.
So here, we've got a kickoff. And you won't see it here. Oh, we'll pass. Okay, was that pass good?
Yeah.
All right, no issues with that. Long run down the sideline. Let's see some more angles of this. Why am I showing this video? There must be some reason why I'm showing this video.
Ball didn't go backwards.
I went backwards.
No,
He was laying down in the end zone
I
prior.
went backwards.
Yeah, the end zone.
Let's see. We got another view here. Good, we're good so far. We're all good. We're all good. He's standing up right there, and then he lays down in the end zone. And a purple jersey in the purple end zone. All right. Okay. So that's deception, right? So that occurred during when?
During a light ball.
Loose ball.
Okay.
Loose ball play.
Did it occur during the kick?
Yeah.
So it occurred during a free kick.
Yes.
So basic spot.
Just curious, when we talk about deception, that's a wide definition of things that can be done. If you hear a coach tell a kid, go down, and all of a sudden he drops right in front of you and starts grabbing his ankle, are we gonna consider that to be?
No, we're not in the business of policing injuries.
No, I didn't say police and injury.
Well, you said you go down and grab an ankle.
No, the coach tells him,
I don't
yells
care.
at him.
Yeah, that's fine, but still, we're not getting him, we're stopping it, he's gotta go out for a blow. We are not getting involved in that.
But on
You
that,
do not wanna tell a kid, I don't think you're injured because your coach said something.
that deception play with the kid, the guy laying down in the end zone, that's unsportsmanlike?
That's like college.
I would just stick with the 15-yard illegal participation.
Which is
And
the same penalty.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
no.
No,
because-
Because the coach gets a warning if it's a.
Right, and
That's-
if,
that's on
so
the-
if you
Oh,
went with
unsportsmanlike, yeah,
the
that would be
sportsmanlike, you
a
go
spot.
to
Yeah,
the
it'd be a
same
spot.
spot, yeah, so
Oh,
I would stick to the one,
15
but
yards.
yes, you could make a case. You could make a case.
So if you call it and then he wants to start showing his ass, then you just.
You could make it a 45-yard. Alright, so now, illegal participation first substitution. So what did we say about a player entering during the down? When does it become participation? When he participates. Alright, so, oh, I'm supposed to be on? Okay, he runs.
He's good.
It's got, he touched the ball.
Oh.
He ran in during the down. Well, so first of all, did he run in during the down?
Yes.
So, well, let's,
He's on the
hold
field
on now,
before
watch
the
it
ball.
again. Watch, the ball's not,
Yeah,
so,
he's on
is
the-
he on his side of the neutral zone?
Close enough?
He is, right?
Yeah.
He's a couple of yards off the end line, off the sideline, and the ball snapped.
Can't cross the nine.
He doesn't have to, he's the defense.
Defense.
Oh, that's right.
Defense, he's the defense, so he doesn't have to go inside the 9-yard mark, so he's the defense.
Unless he's 12.
So, this is a judgment call, right? Because does he gain, does the defense in this case gain an unnecessary advantage? Sure they did.
He wrote
You
that.
got a lineman running off the sideline that runs into a receiver that doesn't expect him to be there. I mean, he just disrupted a route.
Get him first.
He did that. He disrupted a route.
Can't get it.
Yeah, pass hasn't been thrown yet.
Defensive holding, maybe.
He just runs into him. Is he holding him? You got a big guy running into a little guy. He doesn't grab, does he grab and restrict? Or he just run into him?
Ran into the guy.
Running into
He
the
ran into
receiver?
him. He ran into
Knock
him.
him down.
So,
Can't block
but
him.
is this necessarily a foul by the defense? And that's where the judgment comes into play. I mean, he's on his side of the neutral
He
zone.
instructed that route.
When the ball is snapped,
He blocked the
he's-
receiver.
he's a couple yards off the sideline when the ball is snapped. And he runs into an eligible receiver, but does he commit even the pass interference?
You can't commit.
Where's the ball?
And ball's is now being released after the contact's already been made. And does he commit defensive holding?
What about an illegal block? Blocking the receiver, but it's obvious that he's.
Receiver didn't have a chance to go wherever he might have been going.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. It wasn't a block below the waist, it wasn't a block in the back. Yeah, I mean, so it looks quirky. It's kind of one of those things, but you gotta see the whole play. Whereas this one.
Wouldn't that be an unfair advantage though? I mean, technically, you could just have a coach put the guy like that and just run on right there and blow up a receiver every
You
single.
could, but now if the offense ran a running play up the middle and your defensive tackle was just coming off the sideline.
Not really an advantage.
I mean,
I'm talking about-
you'd have to know the play.
Well,
I mean,
I'm just saying, the circumstances of the
I
play.
mean, if you wanna try to justify that to a coach and call that,
An unfair act.
you will not do it in my game, but you feel free to do it.
Well, I was just saying the possibilities, that's
No,
all
we're
I'm
not,
saying.
no. So here, one guy coming off, one guy's coming off, so. Then there's a wide view here, and then he makes the tackle, alright? He's unaccounted for by the offense.
That's a defensive lineman too, yeah.
Alright, so we got one guy coming on, off, and then, so again,
Oh, yeah.
The right place, right time.
Yeah, that's
That
just
was a
good
great
timing.
defensive call.
so it's the same question.
Just like before the interview.
Did he enter during the down? And if you rule yes, now this is, I think, much more closer to illegal participation than the first one was.
You can't really tell where he was.
Yeah, but if you're the wing guy and the ball snapped and you see 55 right, so you can see the headlines are wondering, where the hell did he come from? He's looking downfield like, where did that guy come from? So if you're the wing guy and you see number 5 come running by you right as the ball snaps
From the sideline.
from the sideline, yeah, he's participating on that one. So again, much like we just said with the wing guys, when he's behind you, he's off. If he's clearly in front of you, he's on, right? He's on. But if he's out of your periphery and you're like, whoa, what was that? Then I think we need to call that. Okay, that's close enough.
The dog.
Yep.
That first play, or the previous play before that, it's almost impossible for anybody to see that but that wing guy.
Yep.
So if he comes to you and reports that, you're just gonna have to go with it.
Unless you're gonna tell me unfair action like that. I ain't doing that.
Well, I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
asking us to
I mean,
think about it, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing.
no, you're right.
You have to report
Nobody
that.
else is gonna know
Illegal
that.
participation.
yeah, nobody else is gonna know that.
Okay, so Skip, if that happens, don't go in there with nothing but illegal participation.
Alright, so here's one. Again, so we're gonna, this is quick, let's watch in front of this thing.
I
So,
don't.
so we got this guy coming off. So when does he become a player?
It's on
It's on his side.
His sideline formation.
Yeah, looks like he still might be in the neutral zone when the ball snapped, right?
Yeah.
If it's that close and you're not sure, just kill it and make it a legal substitution foul. Alright? Just kill that thing. Okay, because he's not on his side. Well, the first two we saw, they were clearly on their side. The question was, did he enter during the down or not? This one, he's clearly not on his side.
Was that Rico on the wing there?
It's actually Larry. Clearly not on his side.
look the same.
And the ball snapped. Again,
Y'all
kill that,
Means a lot, don't you?
reset it, do the 5 yards, and it avoids a lot of confusion in there. Alright, timeouts and clock. Extending a period. So when do we extend a period? When we have a foul and the penalty is accepted by either team during the last time down. So double foul, there's an intermittent whistle, and you may have repeated untimed downs. This video here. Alright, so last play of the fourth quarter. Incomplete pass. There's a flag, there's a roughing the passer. Now they're gonna try to kick, alright?
This is roughing.
Wind, kick it short, game should be over with, right? Uh-oh. There's a review, They had too many players on defense. Try it again. It's short of the goal line. For high school purposes, it's short of the goal line. So we're on untimed down number, what, 3 at this point. We have a long run back. And, what do we got there? Got a face mask. By K. So we have another one. Untimed down. And now, the team that was the receiving team is now the kicking team, and they're about to kick game winning goal. Yeah, so
That's a crappy way to lose
that's
the game right
knowing
there.
all the fouls there, all the purposes here. Wow. All right, here's another one. So we got 19 seconds left, clock is running. 4th and 13. Look at K's formation. You think they got 7 on? Or sorry, excuse me, you think they have more than 4 backs? 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's at least a good 3 yards. I mean, there's leeway, and then there's like the.
There's only 2 total
There's
yards.
leeway and there's a freeway.
There's a leeway, so there's only the snapper on.
I got him on.
I mean, this guy's on, that guy, this guy,
And the guard, the tackler,
and they're waving, they're getting a little wavy. And now they're gonna shift. So you think they're gonna get this right?
they're a lot closer.
They're closer, but they drop a flag. And the clock's running. We got a return. So, down ends. So, was there actually a second left when he was down?
No.
Close. But you let the quarter run out. So now you've got this 5-yard foul during the last time down of the quarter. All right, so what are the R's options? Decline it.
You gotta replay it down.
They can enforce it from the previous spot and replay it down, or
Add it on.
they can tag it on. And if they tag it on, we're still gonna have what? Untimed down. Untimed down. No untimed down. So a defense foul is there in the successful try or field goal, and the defending team enforces from the previous spot. A foul enforcement results in a safety. Loss of down foul. So what are your loss of down fouls?
Illegal forward pass, illegal handing forward, illegal touching.
Unsportsmanlike non-player fouls. Those are enforced from the seating spot. Fouls enforced on the subsequent kickoff, according to Rule 8. And a dead ball foul after the period ends is enforced from the succeeding spot and no untimed down. All right. So. All right, last play. All right, so. He threw the ball away. Was he able to do so legally? Did he meet the requirements?
Doesn't look like it.
Was he still inside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone?
Looks like it.
He was. He did not get outside, and he threw this away. So, he did legal forward pass during the last time down of the quarter. Do we have an untimed down?
No.
No, we do not. We do not. All right. So R was flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct during the down. The following play started with 3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Quarters run out. All right, and we got a flag. I think it was 20. All right, so the game clock says 0, and the next play occurs after plays 1's penalty enforcement. So, what was the result of that play?
Looked like a touchdown.
like a touchdown. And he had unsportsmanlike on R. So what are the options for K here? Try or the succeed. Alright. Does that look like the proper option?
No.
Unless they're going for 2, right? But I can tell you they were not going for 2.
What was touchback? It's on the 20.
Something wrong with that.
Uh-huh.
He must have done
Because
it at the
would this
5
ball
yard
ever
line.
be snapped from the 20 if they were going for a 2-point try?
No.
Where would it be snapped from? The 18-ish, okay, we're 1A, we're 18-ish, alright? But we're not gonna go to the 20, okay?
Did they drop it and think that it happened at the 5? Is that what they?
I don't know what they were thinking. But the point is, there's no one time down there, okay, so they can go for the 2-point try. That's not what they did, because the ball was in the right spot, but even if they do, you're gonna have the try at that end, but then you're gonna have one time down. Alright, 4th and 8, 6 seconds left. TCU's up by 4. They're in a scrimmage punt formation. I'm sorry, they're not, they're just in the regular. He runs back, he's running back, he's running back, he's running back. Alright, safety. Why is there a flag here? What did y'all?
He stepped out of bounds on purpose.
He did, so that's a safety, right?
Everybody but.
There's mass confusion, this guy's looking around. Bobby's got illegal participation.
I say unfair act.
Skip's got unfair
acts.
Skips, yeah.
We got guys just roaming around. Crew's disgusting, still not sure what's going on. Still not, oh, we're gonna just hand the ball to the referee, that's a good
They're gonna
idea.
be punting the ball back to Texas.
That's a good idea. We got a sad looking Texas player. Texas is not back still. Very sad about this. Yeah, so we got a holding foul
Holding?
on the offense. Okay? Well, what was the result of the play?
Safety.
So we're gonna have an untimed down.
No.
No, because safety. So is there an option here for Texas to accept the foul and have an untimed down?
There's no time limit, right?
No.
Well, I mean, the clock was on 1 when he stepped out.
There's no, we're not that good. We're not replaying. We got zeros on the clock.
That's yours.
We've got zeros on the clock. So
They could, is the hole in the end zone?
Yeah,
holding was not in the end zone.
Okay, so you take,
Yeah, so they
well, now new rules from the previous spot, they could take the penalty, but they're not.
Yeah, they could accept the penalty and then never get one more untimed down. But it ain't gonna help them, they're down by.
There's no reason for it.
So with the rule change this year, where are we enforcing this foul from?
Previous
We have a foul by A behind the line of scrimmage. And we have the run in behind the line of scrimmage. So if we enforce this, if we accept the foul, and enforce it from the previous spot, does the safety go away?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which means that Texas can accept the foul
Get it untimed down.
and you would have an time down.
But they're still down 4 points.
We're still down 4 points. No time on the clock.
You guys just don't take it
But you can't rush that and go, oh, safety, game's over with. Gotta go through the process. And now with this change, with the 2023 change, now we do have an option. Last year, there's no option, right? There's no option on this. So last year, we would have enforced it from when?
Into the run.
In the run, which was,
In the end zone.
yeah. So, but this year, we do, okay? All right?
Now, if that hold would have been in the end zone.
Then
then
there's no option.
Then there's no option,
Yeah.
because the holding was in the end zone, that's a safety.
Right.
Well, it says no one comes in.
Game clock start on the snap, ready for player choice. So foul occurs in the final 2 minutes of either half. The offended team has the option to start the clock on the snap. They do not have to accept the foul, it just has to occur within the final 2 minutes of either half. All right, so, and this all comes down to clock awareness. So we got second quarter, minute and 5 left, clock's running. I'll get a hold by the offense. So what are the options for the defense here? They can start it,
On the snap.
or they can choose to start the ready to play, right?
Right.
All right. And the play clock will be set at 25 because it's a foul by the offense. Okay. All right, fourth quarter, 36 seconds left. Oh, I'm supposed to mess. So to legally spike the ball, you have to do what? You can't muff the snap,
Yeah,
right? Okay, you muff the snap. So this is a foul for what? Illegal forward pass. And this illegal forward pass was done to do what?
Conserve time.
Legally conserve, so he illegally conserved time. So when will the clock start?
Ready?
Ready. And who's gonna determine the clock when starting ready? Does B actually have a choice here?
No.
No. Who has the choice? Me, the referee. And so I'm going to start that on the ready because he illegally conserved time. Was that? So what do we enforce? So that would be from the spot of the foul, because it's a illegal forward pass. Yeah, so 5 yards from the spot of the foul, which way you do the ball, lost it down, 25-second play clock, and I'm going to start on ready. Alright,
I remember this one.
alright, so again, so I like to, when we get inside of 2 minutes, I'll come on the radio and tell my crew, hey, we're inside of 2 minutes. That's my appropriate cue that we need to make sure we have clock awareness, should a foul occur. So we're inside of 2 minutes, fourth quarter. Alright, so, does he meet the requirements to legally throw it away?
No.
So, it's questionable if he gets outside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone, but it's not questionable in that the ball does not do what?
Cross the neutral zone.
Cross the neutral zone.
And that play looked like
It's
he was
close,
done,
it's close. But he's ruling it incomplete, alright? So, we rule it incomplete. We got a legal forward pass, so we're gonna go 5 yards from
Spot of the foul.
the foul. And who has the clock option?
B.
Referee.
The referee has the clock option. I had the clock on this one. Don't ask B.
Don't ask me.
You ask yourself, I'm starting it, okay? Alright. It's close. If you rule him down,
Running clock.
then it's just the clock keeps running, right?
Right.
And run it and let it keep going, you know? Yeah. If they don't, because they don't have any timeouts left. No more little timeouts for anybody. Alright, so 17 seconds left, fourth quarter. All snapped. He's running. He's running. So what they're trying to highlight There's a flag that comes in. You see the flag? So let's see what that flag was. It'll be one of these guys out here is gonna do something he's not supposed to do. You can probably imagine, but
Oh, right,
he pulls it down.
Yeah.
And the hole. Alright, so, well, what is the result of this play?
A run out of bounds.
Runs out of bounds, right? Okay, so clock gonna stop.
Yeah.
Are there any options here for B on terms of the clock?
Yes.
No, because it's not a bounce play.
It's out of bounds. So the only option, if a team has a clock option, the only option is to start it on the snap if it would normally start on the ready for play. There is no such thing as a start it on the ready for play if it would normally start on the snap. Just the one option. Charge team timeouts. So player, head coach, or the designee requests and is granted a timeout. So head coach / designee or any player, right? Any player may call a timeout.
Yes.
Okay. So if the safety counts his guys and he starts, oh my God, we got 12, and he starts calling timeout, you gift that to him. If the receiver doesn't know what he's doing, he calls timeout, you give it to him. The coach goes, I didn't want a timeout. It doesn't matter, coach. Or the coach goes, I'm the one that calls timeout. No, a player can call a timeout, or you or your designee can call it from the sideline. That head coach designee only applies to the sideline.
Players.
The sideline, not the players. Faulty player equipment delays the ready for play for 25 seconds. Faulty player equipment requires team attendant repair. Head coach referee conference to discuss rule application. Okay. Real quick on this one. So a player whose helmet comes off during the down or subsequent related dead ball action, or a player missing or not properly wearing equipment must leave for one play unless halftime or overtime intermission occurs. So you cannot buy yourself back in with a charge timeout. All right. And if they're out of timeouts, then they have to set out one down. So late timeouts. So we got, must be a close game. We see some crowd action. I'm blindfolded, there can't be that many people there, but there's a few people there. So some crowd action. A late timeout. Is this how we're gonna call that? We're gonna run in and kill that thing. All right, run in and kill that thing. Because if you don't, you got all this action in here. What are we running a risk of?
Somebody doing something stupid.
Yeah, dead ball foul. Yeah, some sort of person fouling. So get in there and kill that. Run in there and kill that. Head coach referee conferences. So these occur in the field of play, in front of the team box. It's the referee and at least one other official. Okay, don't leave me there by myself. Only applies to rule application and not judgment. So if the coach says, Robbie, I want to talk to you about that holding foul you called, you're gonna go, what? No, there's no discussion. If he goes, Robbie, I want to talk to you about my player being forced out of bounds and you calling illegal participation, that is a application.
Oh, yeah.
That's an application, right? Now, the judgment could be, we judged him to not be forced out of bounds, but still give him that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, give him that conversation. Explain to him what happened. If there's no change in the ruling, then the team's charged timeout and give them that timeout. If the conversation takes a couple minutes and then you don't change it, still give them their timeout, okay? Don't be a dick about it and say, well, no, you've already had your 1 minute timeout while we're discussing and let's keep going.
If you do that, you're gonna get blocked by me at halftime.
Yeah, just give him the timeout. And then if they don't have any timeouts, then it's a game foul. And if you change the initial rule application, then there's no charge team timeout. Charge timeouts, they do not exceed 1 minute unless
Heat and humidity.
we deem it necessary. We deem it, and obviously in August and September, we're gonna deem it necessary. If not for the players, for us, we're gonna deem it necessary, okay, alright? Maybe reduced if both teams are ready. Successive team timeouts may be by either team is permissible. And there's two types of conferences. What are the two types of conferences?
Inside and outside.
Inside and outside. If you take an official's timeout for an injured player, what is the only type of conference they may have? Outside. So if you're inside, how many coaches are allowed to be in that?
One. 11 players.
Yes, 1 in 11 players. If you're outside, how many are allowed?
As many.
All of them.
All of them. Headsets. If you're inside, who's allowed to have on their headset?
The coach.
Who's the only one allowed to have on such headset and use it?
The coach.
The coach. If you're outside,
Anybody.
right? So when do we take an official's timeout? Measurements. First down is declared. For some of us, that's a very quick official's timeout.
It's very quick.
Following a change of team possession. Okay. Player equipment repair. Change a game ball. Heat humidity timeouts. Head coach / referee conference. Following a foul for penalty administration. Unusual delay and marking the ball ready for play. And then the intermission between the quarters following a successful try for safety. We don't think about all of these as being official timeouts. They just kind of happen and we're kind of used to them. But these are all technically official timeouts, which means when all these occur, you can have one of two conferences unless it's for an injury. So I'm gonna just very quick. All right. Game awareness. So, all right, so we got a fourth, so we're towards the end of the ball game. It's 4th and 2. So when this down ends, what will always happen with the game clock? There's gonna be one of two things, right?
First down.
First down for A or
B.
B, yeah. One of two things, that's all it's gonna be. So there's no need to run in and put your arm up. You know it's 4th down. You're gonna run in and you're gonna stop the clock. And then we're gonna determine if they reach the line of the game or not. Right. Because remember, this is towards the end of the game where seconds are really gonna matter. Timeout mechanics. So who notifies who keeps track of the time on timeouts?
Back judge.
Back judge. And at 45 seconds, what is the back judge gonna do?
You hear that whistle?
That's right. And then 15 seconds later, back judge is gonna do what?
Tweet that whistle.
Tweet or point. Wing officials, when you hear the 2-tweet whistle from the back judge, what are you gonna tell the coaches? 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Yep. How do we communicate to ourselves the number of timeouts remaining?
Write it down.
And how do we communicate that to each other?
Fingers.
Verbally.
Verbally.
Every single time.
Every time.
And then wing officials, tell your coaches how many timeouts are remaining after every single one. Because if we don't do it the same every single time, and we get to the end of a 4th quarter, and you're the wing guy, like, I don't really know how many timeouts they got left. Are we gonna look at the scoreboard and go off of that?
No.
No, we're not. So if they call a timeout, they don't have one, what have you done? Giving them an extra, you've given them a break. Even though we catch it within like 15, 20 seconds, you still have given them a chance to gather their thoughts.
Either you don't like one team, try to give them an advantage.
And then when a team has used all their timeouts, I as the referee go do what?
Alert the coach.
I tell the head coach, and I will tell, if it's on offense, I'll tell the quarterback.
Yeah.
Alright. But the main thing is communicate to the coach how many they got left. Now, if the coach is really mad at me, I may kind of do it from a distance. Oh, got 0 over there. But, or if the coach is really mad at my wing official, I don't go there to hear about it either. But yeah, but we just need to have that communication with ourselves and with the coaches. Because messing up timeouts is one of those things that just can't happen. All right, last slide. Charge team timeout allows player to remain. So they may remain if they take a timeout to repair player equipment. Okay, so again, delays ready for play for more than 25 seconds or requires a team attendant, then they can call a team timeout. During that timeout, fix the issue, and that player can remain in the game, not sit out of down. A player must sit out if he's apparently injured, okay? The helmet comes off and not result of a foul, or not wearing proper equipment. So if you take an official's timeout for one of those three things, they cannot take a team timeout to allow them to come back in. Alright? This does not apply to or halftime or overtime. Now, if you're getting down towards the end of a game, end of a half, and you know the team's gonna call a timeout at the end of the down, okay? And there's a hard hit, and the guy's kind of slow to, he's kind of laying there, but you know they're calling a team timeout. Give them the team timeout. Don't be in, no, I killed it for an official timeout. You can't, no, that doesn't work. But if this helmet comes off during the down, then it doesn't matter if you know they're going to be calling a timeout at the end of the down. Because what makes him have to sit out a down? Helmet coming off during the down. So they can't, but if it's an injury, kind of, give them that second. Give them the half second to kind of get their team timeout if they want. Okay. Any questions about what we discussed today? No? We're good? Good? Alright, if anybody needs a casebook, casebooks are here.